You're all welcome. My name is Regan Wanyama. I am the team leader at Elite Youth of Uganda. Today we are at Mutoto Primary School, and we are implementing the project that is amplifying young people's voices against teenage pregnancies. We realize that the teenage pregnancy rate in Uganda is standing at 25 and ranking as the highest in the Eastern Africa. Then too, specifically we are implementing this project in Mbale district and Mbale city. And by statistics from the health office Mbale district, they tell you that the statistics are reading that the teenage pregnancy rate is standing at 23%. That means it's lacking by a 2% to surpass the national teenage pregnancy rate. However, we believe that as we join together with the young people to amplify their voices against the teenage pregnancy, it is going to be one of the most effective and holistic approaches in overcoming teenage pregnancies. We also see that just of recent, the Parliament of Uganda was passing a policy that permits young people, young girls at the age of 15 to access contraceptives. So this policy comes in at a time where we realize that teenage pregnancies are going high every day. Please stay tuned as we come with some young people who are going to give us different statistics, different causes, and more information about teenage pregnancies. Thank you. Okay, Jane. Okay.
Regan, I'm ready. You can go.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
What is your name?
I'm calling Mutoto Jane. I'm primary 7th class. I studied at Mutoto Primary School.
Okay, thank you so much, Jane. Jane, I am going to ask you some questions about teenage pregnancies.
Okay.
What do you know about teenage pregnancies?
Teenage pregnancies, these are pregnancies that occurs below 18 years.
Okay, that means that you're saying teenage pregnancies are pregnancies that occur between among young people of age below 18 years. Okay, what do you think is the cause of teenage pregnancies?
Maybe death of parents.
Death of parents?
Yes.
Yes.
And poverty.
Poverty?
Yes.
Why do you say poverty?
Because some children need some money to buy some of pads, like things which they must prefer.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I see. So Jane, just as you say that young people are falling into teenage pregnancies, becoming victims of teenage pregnancies because of poverty.
Yes.
Because they want money to provide themselves with things like pads, as you say.
Yes.
You know, when we talk about teenage pregnancies, teenage pregnancies have become a pivot of disturbance among young people.
Yes.
What do you think are the dangers of teenage pregnancy?
It leads the mother at death and the death of child.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe when a young mother is giving birth,
yes.
And you know, when you're young, you can't push a baby, and maybe you can also die from there.
Yes.
Actually, this has also happened to old people.
Yes.
So if at all it is happening to young, okay, that is true.
Yeah.
So Jane.
Yes.
You said you're a student of Mutoto Primary School.
I'm my cousins.
Yes, and you're on P7.
Yeah.
What message do you have for the young people?
Young children must keep at school. Yeah.
Young people should keep at school.
Yes.
And attain their education.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bright future is in
future.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you so much. Just as we say that we are going to amplify the voices of young people, I think you definitely hear what Jane is telling us. Jane is telling us that the only holistic approach to overcoming teenage pregnancies is young people staying in school until they attain their education. So thank you so much, Jane, for this kind approach and kind message to the young people. And I also encourage you that I encourage you to remain in school until you make it, you graduate. What do you want to become in future?
I want to become a teacher of secondary.
Wow, you want to become a secondary teacher?
Yes.
And you help our country?
Yes.
That is very good. Thank you so much, Jane.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being part of the show.
Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Winnie Nakayenze and I am the team leader at FOSEI, Focus on Child Empowerment Initiative. We are currently running a program in schools partnering with Elite Youth of Uganda, and one of these schools is Mutoto Primary School. I would like to let one of the pupils introduce to us as we carry on with this interaction.
I'm called Nagud Shakira. I'm 16 years old. I have a baby. I'm not studying.
So Shakira, I know we have already shared about what teenage pregnancy is. Do you understand what teenage pregnancy means?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Teenage pregnancy is when a young girl gets pregnancy between the age of 13 to 19 years.
Wow, that's amazing. It's a good definition of teenage pregnancy. What do you think are some of the causes of teenage pregnancies among young girls?
Causes is poverty.
Yes.
And neglection of parents.
Yes.
Bad peer groups.
Bad peer groups, yes.
Moving in dark places like forests.
Yes.
I only have those ones.
Okay, so there are very many causes of teenage pregnancies and you have told us some of them. Yeah, do you think of any kind of dangers or repercussions that come after teenage pregnancies?
Yes, leads to abortion.
Abortions.
Child pre-birth.
Yes.
And how about domestic violence?
Domestic violence in families, homes, for instance, parents.
Helplessness.
Hopelessness. As a teenager, sometimes when you conceive at a young age, you don't have the finances, so sometimes you become helpless, right?
Yes.
And you being a teenage mother, I think you faced such challenges.
Yes.
Sometimes you lack the finances to take care of yourself, to also take care of the baby. Any other danger?
There's poverty.
There's poverty.
There are many, but I only know those ones.
Okay. What do you think about health complications? Do you think it can also lead to certain health complications for a young girl?
Yes.
For instance, sometimes it may be very difficult for a young girl to push a baby and eventually it leads to death.
Yes.
I think that happens. And young girls, some girls have actually died in that.
And some babies.
And some babies too. That's very right. So, what do you think should be done to reduce on teenage pregnancies, especially in schools, among the young girls in the community? What do you think should be done?
Getting guidance and counseling from elders.
Exactly, just like what we are doing. There is need for guidance and counseling to also be extended to the community, whereas we are doing it in schools. Yeah, any other?
And to put God first.
To put God first.
Yes.
You need to be God-fearing and follow what the Word of God says.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. Any other?
Moving in good groups.
Yes, moving with good groups, having good company. You need to have associates that have the same goal, have the same vision like you do. Not people who are going to mislead you into falling into other temptations and ending up conceiving. So the kind of company that you also associate with matters a lot. You are very right.
Yes.
Any other?
Yes. Avoid poor dressing.
Poor dressing. as a young girl, you need to dress upright, you know. You need to dress decently so that people don't think otherwise of you. Sometimes men take advantage of young girls, the way they dress, they expose their bodies, and they're sometimes caught up in there, and men drag them to corners, you know, asking them for sex, which is not right. You get? Yeah? Any other?
I don't have this.
Okay, that's amazing. There are many different things that come after teenage pregnancies, and we have seen them, some of the dangers, the causes, and also some of the ways to reduce on teenage pregnancies among the young girls. What advice would you give to a young girl, to a teenager out there watching us?
I would advise her to report such things to the elder.
Yes.
Or a police station.
Yeah, so you advise anyone, any young girl out there, if they are facing any kind of abuse, or maybe they are facing any challenges as a young person, they need to speak to people who are in more power. For instance, the school administration, to your teachers, and also to your parents. Isn't that right?
Yes.
You also need to tell those people who are responsible to help you, you know.
Yes.
So thank you so much. We are so glad, and we hope that you are going to continue learning from these different sessions as we reach out to you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Hello, we want to bring you back to the amplifying the young people's voices against teenage pregnancies. Yes. We have just had an interaction with the pupils of Mutoto Primary School, and here we are now. We are going to have our administrator, the deputy head teacher.
Yes,
the deputy head teacher come through and also tell us his perspective of teenage pregnancies. Yes. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Dear head teacher.
Yes, please.
It has been a pleasure having you here.
Welcome.
Oh, it is a pleasure of you having us here.
Both of us. Pleasure
Okay.
to be having you here.
Okay, that is very good.
Yes.
My name is Regan Wanyama.
Welcome.
Yes, and I am a team leader at Elite Youth of Uganda.
Thank you.
It's a youth-led organization.
Yes.
And a youth-serving organization.
Yes, please.
And dear head teacher, as you see information circulating currently in our country, you realize that we are seeing the teenage pregnancy issue becoming a very vibrant issue in the country.
Yes.
Teenage pregnancies are rising every day. Just as I told you earlier, that the statistics are definitely saying that the rate at which teenagers are becoming pregnant in Uganda is at 25%.
Yes.
And it is the highest in East Africa.
Yes.
And other countries, let's say. And specifically in our jurisdiction, which is Mbale,
Yes.
we are standing at 23%. We are only less by 2 to get to the national statistics. However, just as I said, we are amplifying the young people's voices, and we are also sure that we can't amplify the young people's voices without hearing from the older people like you.
Yes.
And an administrator.
Yes.
So I'll have some small questions for you.
Yes.
Yes, and the first one is, dear head teacher,
Yes.
what do you understand by teenage pregnancies?
Thank you, visitors. As you began, this is Mutoto Primary School.
Please.
And my name is Kutos Robert. I'm a deputy head teacher here. And it is a very nice question, by the way. You have come as our visitors. But teenager pregnancy, the way I understand it is the girl's pregnancy between the age of 13 to the age of 18.
Yes.
So that's the way I understand it.
Teenager, yes, true.
Because this, when we look at the way we look at this, they are still young children. That's the time. That times we say it is the prejudice between the childhood and the adulthood.
Yes.
That's in between that is the adolescent stage.
Yes. That is very true. Now, dear the head teacher, you know, just as you said, it is the age of it's the pregnancy that occurs between the age of 13 to the age of the 18.
18 years.
Well, we realize that there are very many causes of teenage pregnancy.
Yes.
And we believe that you, as an administrator at a school that is mostly dominated by young people, we think you can have at least some knowledge on the causes of teenage pregnancy.
Yes, please.
Yes. So that is why I bring to your attention, and I would like you to tell these people, this message is going to the young people in this country.
Yes.
And it is going to different administrators.
Yes.
What do you think is the cause of teenage pregnancy?
Yeah, to me, as an administrator of this place, and previously I told you that this is a rural setting, and this thing has been occurring in this place. And majorly, when I look at the community of Mutoto, with the school community, majorly it is poverty. Yes. This poverty has made the parents to neglect their children, and they found themselves engaging in sexual activities.
Yes.
That's why that occurrence of teenager pregnancy is rampant in the place.
Yeah, I was interacting with one of the people in the same area, and they were telling me, yes, they gave the point of poverty, and they were telling me that many mothers or parents are giving out their children for favors or wealth. Is it called bride price?
Yes. Dowry or bride.
And most of them are also telling me that even when they identify that somebody impregnated their young kid, they don't take the person to police, but rather they come and have a sitting with them so that they can resolve through an exchange. Since you've impregnated our daughter, give us some money and we shall leave that.
That is the order of the day. We have been receiving such cases, and wherever we send the case to the police, they can negotiate from the police, and probably at the long run, we find they have negotiated, they have exchanged some tokens.
Oh yeah.
And maybe to add on that, there's also peer group influence. These children, or rather these peoples, when they go outside, they try to engage with their peers, and they find that in that act of sexual activities is being experienced in that way.
Okay. Yeah, you see. Dear, do you mind if you give us a few, or what you understand at the moment, how exactly we can overcome teenage pregnancies?
Thank you, and I'm very happy with this organization. If we could have such organization as you have initiated like this, it could be also good to sensitize the community.
True.
And as you have started sensitizing our children, because the way you have been carrying out your exercise, and if it could be extended to the rural setting, to the community itself. In fact, this thing we could embark on it, and we could reduce the teenager pregnancy. Sensitization, generally what I'm saying, sensitization of the masses.
Yes.
Again and again, this could do. I beg that if the government could empower you, and the government could also come up and begin feeding our children at school. Maybe that issue of moving outside and involving this act of sex, it could be also reduced, because they could have that idea of finishing the school. But like here, children rarely finish the primary section. They drop out, and as I said, the parents neglect them, and they go out and do their hawker activities, moving, exchange of commercial activities. And when they meet with their fellow like boys, then the act of sexual is carried out and pregnancies occurred.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we get that. Now, I would like you to give one message. I would like you to convey a message to the young people, because we are going to have this circulated to very many young people, just as I told you. Please, what message do you send to the young people of this country?
The message I wish to send the message to the young children, I say it is, please, younger children should be safe until to the normal age of engaging to sex activities. Let them finish their studies.
Abstinence.
Abstinence from sex, and they finish their studies. Not finish on primary level, but they can go up to post-primary education, and they go up and they finish their courses before they can engage in sex activities.
Okay. Yeah, that has sparked a question. You realize that of yesterday, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament was against this policy that was to be passed by the government, that is allowing young girls below the age of 18 or at the age of 18 to access contraceptives. And when we talk about contraceptives, this is the kaweta, the pills, and etc. What is your position? Do you think it should be legalized?
No. It will be an act of promoting sexual activities in these young ones. Because here we know that the first, when you look at the constitution about children's rights, we used to say that the children to engage in sexual activity maybe when the child has gone beyond 18. But now if they could reduce the years to 15 that they begin contraception, that means that they are promoting sexual activities.
True. Okay, well, thank you so much, dear head teacher.
Welcome.
I think you've had the head teacher's perspective about teenage pregnancies. We are amplifying the voices of young people against teenage pregnancies. And we believe that if we are to put it at a holistic position, then we need to have the voices of administrators also brought on board. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you for coming.
Please.
Welcome.